That is a dead fly inside the frame. It's a little low. Will I patch up this other hole? Eventually. And the good thing is the picture frame totally covers it. It's been a rough couple days. I tend to not like talking about things in my life as I'm actively going through them. I've done it a couple times, but part of the reason why I don't is just because I don't want to talk about things until I've come out the other end and I also have insight. That mindset I think works for certain things, but when it comes to things that are constantly in flux, like mental health, I think without getting into specifics, it's probably good to be honest. So to be honest, my mental health has been absolutely. You know when you're like, ooh, I am not doing good. And you're like, you know, but I'm just trucking on, and you are at that like kind of relatively steady thing that you've gotten used to, and then it plummets and you're like, lower. It just feels like you're doing the limbo and they keep going, one more time, let's get lower. And you're like, I prefer not to. That is definitely not a feel bad for me, woe is me kind of thing. I just prefer for me to tell you like, hey everybody, I'm feeling supremely depressed, versus people commenting, being like, are you okay? You look dead behind the eyes. I'd rather not that. We're just going to ignore it. Oh, I whitened my teeth earlier and I feel very sensitive. I don't want to wear this shirt. I'm gonna change again. Why am I wasting energy doing that? I don't know, but I'm gonna do it again.
Take me to the ruins, aquifers and springs, baby ferns uncurling, every living thing. Be to me a mother, both hands on the wheel. Show me faded color, fields of chamomile, all at once in a dream. We are together.
Okay, that's really slow. Just walking from one room to the other. And now as I stand, it gets higher. If you're wondering why I was drenched in sweat, that's why. Is it hot in here? No. My doctor thinks I have POTS, so it'd really suck if this camera just like fell on my head. I'm elevating my legs and I'm putting frozen berries on my chest, and then I alternate between that and the back of my neck. And I deep breathe and try and get my heart rate down and not feel like I'm actually gonna die. Oh. Oh yes. I'm drenched in sweat. Can you not? Like, I'm really, not today. Not right now. Oh, my sheets are inside out. I talked about this in the first, like, I think unpacking we're here vlog. I will link it down below. But I've been dealing with long COVID since I got COVID September of last year, and I got strep right after we moved, and it set me back months. Like, I've never felt that bad. I felt worse than I did when I was in the thick of like the first week of having COVID. My body and my health never recovered from that like long COVID setback that was induced by that case of strep. So how I've been feeling is, you know, just worse. There's like before long COVID, and then there's before long COVID with strep. I'd honestly just been longing for how I felt before that. Like, I had missed how I felt in December and how I felt in like January. These months where I was miserable with long COVID, but I had no idea how much worse it was gonna get after I got strep. That was like my mental state. And then about 2 weeks ago I got strep again. Yeah. And when you thought you couldn't feel any worse. I went to the pulmonologist, who's like a respiratory doctor, lung doctor. He was very nice, very cool. He thought I was so funny, which, you know, my Leo ego was like, yes, I've aced the doctor's appointment because he thinks I'm funny. I know I have problems. So he was telling me that for long COVID patients, it's usually your heart affecting your breathing or your breathing affecting your heart. And he was like, so we need to figure out which is the cause of most of these issues, and then we can treat whatever residual issues are left. And I told him, I was like, right off the bat, I was like, okay, I definitely think it's my heart rate affecting my breathing. I'm having a hard time taking like a full breath. I don't feel like I broke a rib, but I also don't feel like I have asthma. It's just, I can't like deep breathe. It feels like there's pressure and someone's like sitting on me. He thinks I have POTS. My primary care physician also thinks I have POTS. So I'm seeing a cardiologist in a couple weeks to do diagnostic tests. Hopefully when I go to the cardiologist, I will get beta blockers or something to help with my heart rate and help with POTS symptoms. And then I go back to the pulmonologist and I have to do an oxygen saturation test and a high altitude simulator. And I was like, that does not sound pleasant. And he was like, oh, it is not. Mats is trying to get me into a long COVID clinic at USC, but I'm a little skeptical now because there was some asshole nurse, literally from USC RN, who was just like in my DMs responding to my stories being like, you're gonna die. For some reason in my mind, I didn't understand that like just because I'm not doing a lot of like strenuous like physical activity, my body doesn't know that I'm like not really doing anything. Like, my heart is just still beating incredibly fast, so it doesn't know that I'm not running. So I'm trying to cut myself some slack for being so exhausted all the time and just feeling like absolute trash.
Riding out the waves, all the ebbs and flows used to bring me down. I'm stronger now, used to toss me about. I'm wiser now.
Guess what arrived? It's the overhead light fixture for the bathroom. It is huge, so this is gonna be done when Mats and I both have time. Also, my in-laws came into town this past weekend, and you probably can't tell, but it's a lot cleaner than it was before. I also picked up 2 things for my Halloween costume. Technically, I picked up 3. I'm really excited. You obviously can't tell what it is by just this. First thing for the costume is a white slip, long white cottony slip. That's your next hint. Imagine I'm just Pitbull. A blonde little bob. I'm so bad at coming up with Halloween costumes usually. Like, I'm just bad with time management. I'm not bad with the creativity. I'm just bad at timelines. Marvel timeline, got it. America, the world, not so much. It's a little iffy. You know how you always come up with the best costumes the day after Halloween and like a week after because you're in that mindset? I wrote everything down that I liked, like ideas I liked, literally last year, November 1st. Maybe even Halloween, I wrote all these ones down. And so I had something to like reference back to so I could actually prepare and plan. Because last year we did a real Halloween costume. That was so last minute. We did Jenna Rink and Maddie from 13.130. So I really liked doing that and it just brought some joy to like the mundane. So I want to do that again and I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna try this wig on and we're gonna see how it works. Hair looks cute today too. It's getting sweaty though. Like very, very sweaty. I will be doing this better for actual Halloween. I just want to see how it looks. Oh, I look like a Fox News anchor. I don't know. We're gonna ignore the little hair clip that is there from me pinning my hair down, but it's definitely starting to take the form. I kind of like this hair color. I feel like I'm executing this well, because even with just the slip and the hair, I feel like it would give it away. There's a second look to the outfit. I really like this. Is that how I know I'm an adult? Like a homeowner wearing like slips around the house? Oh, it's just a day dress. It's a home dress, a house dress, a home dress, a house dress. That's what those people call it, right? How many outfit changes can I have in one video? The cabinet knobs I bought for the bathroom finally arrived and they're so cute. So I feel like we should just go for it and put them on. They're like little baubles. Kind of look like little boobs. I like how small they are. A lot of other knobs were just, the knobs were too big. It's like Goldilocks and the 3 knobs. Yikes. Or not, I'm not here to yuck her yums. She's a child. Gross. Is she, what? Is it a fairy tale or is it like a Bible allegory? No, Goldilocks is not in the Bible. Is it one of the Brothers Grimm? Because those get grim.
Run a few miles down a desert road, stare to that a cheek would rose. It's fixing something that's been broken. Go get lost in a little town, get dressed up and just drive around. Get both feet on some solid ground.
Yay! We did it! Now I just have to, fix these hinges so the door is shut all the way. The old ones and the new ones.
Staying at home, turn off the phone, I will listen to you. You lay in the sheets, you hold on to me like I'm already gone, and whisper your words like secrets written in an old moleskin.
My plan was to hang this one here. Cute. Yeah, so it doesn't have anything to hang it. I have to figure that out. But do we still like the blue? I mean, I think it's cute. Because I also still have this silvery one, which I can paint a different color or keep this color. And it already has a little hanging mechanism. You know what? We're just gonna keep that there for now. This is the picture that I plan to hang here, but it does not quite fit. Oh, okay, it's gonna fall down. But you see what it looks like? I'll talk about it in a second. Let me fix this. Okay, my plan was to put that pink picture there in this gold frame that we already have. I already have that print. I literally bought it years ago. I think I mentioned it in another one of these vlogs. Bought it years ago from Urban Outfitters, never actually framed it. Then we have these gold frames from Framebridge that I want to swap the art out of. So I was like, perfect. This will be like a cheap solution. But the issue is that the pink print is like a little bit too big, and it's not a small print, obviously. So I can't just cut it with like a paper cutter. You need industrial sized. Yeah, I could probably go to a Michael's maybe and ask them to do it for me, but it's just kind of a mess. So I wanted to put the pink picture up there to see if I even really like it that much, because it will be effort. It will be less effort for me to buy a picture that fits into the gold frame already. I mean, probably it's technically the same amount of effort, but it feels different to me. Now I have to import the footage because I didn't have time to take a picture of it on my phone before it started to fall down. So I'm gonna import the footage, see if I like it. And if not, we're just gonna order like a digital print, and then I can print that at Walgreens and put it in the frame. Because taking apart a professionally framed photo, which the Framebridge ones are, is a lot. I sliced my hand pretty good the last time doing it, and that's already so much effort that then getting the other picture cut, it's just, it's how my brain works. Are you okay? Did you hit your funny bone?
I'm sorry for the times I forget what it was like living life like a silhouette,
Oh, look, a Skittle.
tracing the lines and ignore what's inside
A lot of like crunchy things.
till you came into my life.
It was that easy.
Sometimes I see it all so clear.
Well, we tried. Do you want to keep it this way to watch something tonight, or do you want to rather just put it back? Okay.
You are the reason I'm here.
Time to set up the light. Tightly in part 4 is this by using part 3, which is this.